Hey, this is Peggy with Easy Peasy Machine Embroidery, and today we are in P+2 Ultra. And pretty much version 1 and 2 are closely related, but I am using P+2 Ultra today, and we are going to be looking at the design file I am using to make an embossed towel. And this is what my towel looks like. It was a bath towel, and I used the 180 by 130 metal hoop. Go ahead and open up your P+2 software. Make sure that your hoop is the 180 by 130 metal hoop. Remember to change your hoop. It is right there, or up in this area, or you can also use the CTRL key and the letter H. From there, we're going to go down to the flower, and that is going to bring up the Express Design Wizard, and from there we can just hit cancel. We're going to go into Quick Create, and we are going to set our pattern fill to crosshatch. We need a satin line, and we're going to go over here on the right to the fill area and line, and we're going to set our our crosshatch fill, and it tells us right here that that's what we're messing with. Our crosshatch fill I'm going to set to 2.5, and I'm going to choose diamond, and my line is going to be my satin width, my satin line, so that's my width. I'm going to choose a 4 or a 5 there. I'm going to leave it at a 4. I'm going to say OK. I'm going to choose the shape I want to use. Remember, we are in the Quick Create tab. That's where you're seeing all these things. And you have all of these shapes you can work with. But for the purpose of this, I'm going to choose the circle. And I'm going to hold down the Shift key. I have no idea why that is duplicating like it is. I'm running into some issues with my laptop right now. Okay, so that is the crosshatch fill. And I'm going to click out of there. I'm going to go to the Home tab. I'm going to select this. I can do this a couple different ways. I can do a right click, and like I said, it is acting really strange. I'm going to duplicate, and I did not want 3 of them. Well, I'm going to use that one. And I'm going to see if I can get it to do properties. Properties. And now I'm going to do a square. And that's my crosshatch fill. If you find that you need it to be a little more, a little looser, apply, right click, properties, apply. That's probably a little better for this design. It's not quite as dense, but it's still going to hold things down. And then I always, when I'm in Create, I do a Save As. and that is going to save it I'm going to save it to my desktop at this point. I'm just going to call it crosshatch fill for towel. And I'm going to put it in a folder called fills for towels. That's going to let me go back in and edit if I want to. So that's an EDO file. It's going to allow me to change things around if I need it. And then after I have saved it as an EDO file, I'm going to export the embroidery. I'm going to say OK. And I also put that in the same folder. The nice thing about the My Sonnet software is that when I X out, it opens up in the regular screen. And I must have closed my Premiere software, so I better reopen it. The My Sonnet, it would have automatically showed back up on my regular software screen. With the Ultra, I have to do a reinsert. I have to go find wherever I left my file. And I called it Fills for Towels. So there's my fill. And I say, oops, I forgot to change the size of my crosshatch fill to fit that frame. So now I can go back into my little flower, and because I saved it, I can say load existing design. I can say next. I can load that design. I can go back where I saved it, desktop, down to fills for towels. There's my EDO file. We can say finish. There's my finished, which was made as a 260 by 260. Oops, I should have changed that. So what we're going to do now is we are going to unclick the enter hoop size. Man, my computer is acting very strange today. And we are going to go down to the Epic and down to the metal hoops, to the 180 by 130, rotate it, and there's this thing called Modify Block. And I'm going to say scale it to fit the hoop. Over there in the design panel on the right hand side, this knockdown is 38,000 stitches. Watch that number when I say scale to fit the hoop. Now it's 14,000 stitches. And I can re-export it. So now I can say crosshatch fill for 180 by 130 and name my hoop size. I can get rid of that one, insert, and because I named it correctly, I'm going to get my rotation circle. Wow, something is really funky with my computer today. Must be an update coming through or something. Alright, so there's my knockdown. And all I gotta do now is add some lettering. And I forget which lettering I was using. And it might not even be in the Premiere program, so I'm just going to use my name there, and let's go with a size 30 font. If you want to change the spacing between your lettering, say you had two L's together and they're really close together and you can barely tell them apart, they look like a blob, you can change the gap, and that will put the space between them a little farther together. The same thing, if your lettering is too far apart, you can go into the negative numbers. Okay, you can, the other really nice thing about my Sonnet is you don't have to tab through things. Your things show up, your different parts of your design show up here on the left hand side. I'm going to right click, properties, and I'm going to tune that down just a little bit, let's say 27, and that fits perfectly. And I'm not going to worry about doing, let's see, will it let me? Tab. Satin column. Gradient, single color. Okay, if I wanted to add a gradient color to that, see how I did that? So I made sure the lettering was boxed in. I went to the satin column. I clicked the gradient, and I can say I want multicolors, and I can say I want to add a marker. Every time I left click, I get 2 of whatever it is I'm doing. I'm going to click, and I'm just going to choose some oranges. Let's put another color in there. Let's put another color in there, just playing with some gradients. We can say OK. If you want to go back, got tab through that again, right click, satin column. You can move these markers around to get different effects. And do all kinds of playing. Okay, so that is how to do an embellished towel. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks. Leave a comment. Like the video, let me know how I'm doing, and thanks for watching. Bye.